Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to the new story of r/relationship advice. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for new future videos. Let's get started. Cheers.
Stories in today's video. 1. Wife who got dumped by app is upset I'm divorcing her and amp, leaving her with nothing but $5,000 too. I caught my girlfriend *texting a man on Kik and I dumped him. I, 35M, have been married 7 years to my 33F wife, no kids. 2 years ago she started a new career and has been very successful. At the time she started she mentioned a man that she works with but said on more than one occasion that he was a jerk and she didn't like to work with him. Since then she has softened a bit and really doesn't mention him much. I felt like I had no reason for concern. I've always trusted my wife and although our marriage is not perfect I felt like we got along pretty well. Fast forward to about a month ago, I started noticing some changes in behavior. She was texting a lot more and never letting her phone leave her side. She seemed to have more things going on at night and on the weekends. She became cold toward me and wouldn't reciprocate any affection. And she lied to me several times about strange things. The last lie was when she was packing for a business trip and I noticed she had purchased a new much more revealing bathing suit than anything I'd ever seen her wear. I asked her about it and she said she ordered it online, not true, and once she tried it on decided it wasn't appropriate for a business trip to Florida with her colleagues. So she leaves for the trip and takes the bathing suit. While she was gone I decided to do a little digging. I'd never in our entire relationship ever gone through my wife's things but I'd had enough of all the lies. In one of her work bags I found a drawing someone had done of her, almost like a caricature, but it was done on paper from a hotel. I also found a post-it note with driving directions to her male co-worker's house written in her handwriting. I went through our bank statements and found that many times when she was supposedly at work she was out to different restaurants around the city. This was enough for me to investigate further. I'm a private investigator by trade and ethically I have no problem invading someone's privacy when confronted with reasonable suspicion of wrongdoing. I placed a GPS tracker in her car, legal in my state since the car is titled in my name. The Sunday after she got back from her trip she told me she was going to work at a coffee shop and run some errands. Her car never came within 1 mile of a Chipotle but when she got home she walked in holding a Chipotle cup and confirmed she had eaten there. Then on the following Tuesday she told me she had to go to a company dinner and would be working late until the dinner. The GPS showed her leaving work at 3:20 p.m. and driving to the restaurant where her car remained until 9 p.m. The final straw came on the next Saturday. We were supposed to watch my niece play tennis at 8 a.m. She said she wanted to drive separately so she could leave from the venue and go work at a coffee shop. After the match she told me she was heading to X coffee shop and added a few details about why she wanted to go to that coffee shop. I said have a good day and went to my vehicle. Well on the GPS I watched as she drove directly to a Comfort Inn motel. I got to the Comfort Inn and waited in an adjacent parking lot until I could confirm she was actually in the building and not sitting in her car. I called her from the lobby and asked how is X coffee shop? She said it was good. Why? The only other thing I said was come down here so we can get this over with. Once she came down she said these exact words, it's not what you think, he has to do this because he's been caught with other girls before. I asked what she was talking about and she said that he always works in hotel rooms. She said that they didn't do anything physical and that's when I told her to get out of my car. I drove away and she called 50 times. I finally answered and I told her if she tells me even one lie I'm hanging up. She said that they did kiss once about 5 months prior but that it was a mistake and didn't mean anything. She said again that they were just working. I asked how many times had she met him in hotels and she said about 10 over the last 9 months. I then asked what she did on the Tuesday and she became defensive. She said she was at work all day until the work dinner. I called her a liar and hung up the phone. She showed up at our house where I was loading up my car with my belongings and my dog. She stood in the driveway refusing to move until I talked to her. She was in hysterics, crying and apologizing. I moved out that day and have been gone for a month. We have met a few times for her to try to explain things, however when it becomes my turn to ask questions she becomes very upset, gets defensive and says things like answering these questions isn't good for the relationship. She's also lied about several of the details even when the details seem completely inconsequential. I've called her on the lies and she accuses me of trapping her by asking questions I already know the answers to. Through all of this she has remained constant that this was not a romantic relationship. She said that she became really good friends with this man and that he was helping her with her career. She admitted that their conversations would become inappropriate when they would talk about our marital issues. She's admitted to texting him and deleting the texts saying that they weren't romantic but could be seen as flirting. She said that she has been depressed for a really long time and he was good at talking her out of those feelings and encouraging her in her work. I know I'm being mean, but there's a part of me that believes her. It may be that I want to believe her because I love her or I'm afraid of the truth. I'm really hung up on finding out the truth, but the reality is I don't see any way that I can get over the facts that I do know, so why does it matter? Am I losing my mind? Update. We are a month out from D-Day. I spoke with her last night and here are the highlights. I asked if she has talked to the man over the last 4 weeks. She said that he doesn't know that I showed up to the hotel on D-Day and called her out. She said that she hasn't talked to him about the situation because this is an issue in our marriage and doesn't involve him. I asked if she has stopped all non-work related communication with him. She said that she is tapering down. Tapering down. I lost it. She said she feels like she has to taper down rather than no contact because he doesn't know that I busted her. Infuriating. She then lied about a completely insignificant detail. I called her on it and I was 100% confident that she was lying. She denied to the point of yelling and never relented. I left it and chalked it up as one more unresolved issue in this saga. Update 2. After she told me she was tapering off social communication with the other man, I hid a voice recorder in my house and left. Last night I reviewed the tape and discovered my wife and this other man had spent well over an hour on the phone with each other over the course of at least 2 phone calls. My recorder died in the afternoon. I would assume they talked again in the evening if not more. I didn't hear too many specifics from the phone call, but I did hear a few damning things. They talked for a while about the current state of affairs in our marriage, something she claimed he knew nothing about. They talked about how to use the secret phone app on their phone so as not to be detected. She called me AD*CK for showing up late for breakfast that morning. And they talked and laughed about a million other topics. I haven't heard my wife that giddy since we were dating. I confronted her about all of this and she admitted to some of it, denied other parts of it. I don't really care anymore. Meeting with a divorce lawyer this morning. So this happened this morning and I'm just really raw and heartbroken. I haven't been able to really cry, but I tear up when I think of several losses, like our little personal gestures and phrases and how we'd have so much fun cooking. Or that I won't see him again and get to touch him. But mostly I've just felt a near-crippling anxiety. We're older and have been dating for 2.5 years. I've been introduced to and accepted by his family. Our relationship has been fantastic. Very compatible and love being around each other. We don't live together. Until recently his mother lived with him because he was her caretaker, but she *SSED away 3 weeks ago. It was pretty rough. He's always been a bit secretive about his phone. Other than a handful of people, including me, he deletes his whole text history, whole threads and all. He said he's always done this. Well, a week ago he was showing me some photos and I saw in his gallery a selfie he'd taken. Nothing racy. But it was stored in the folder Kik. Later, it was gone. I didn't say anything. I did sneak on his phone that night and saw he did not have Kik on his phone. So I thought it might be old. I got on Kik on my phone. I have several messaging apps because I do international work and my contacts in many countries use them. I saw that he was there for 124 days. And that's only 4 months. Saturday morning while he was at work I got on his tablet and find nothing incriminating until I went to the Play Store. It showed app usage and it indicated a lot of Kik usage over the past few months. Now I was alarmed. That was the only alarming thing though. No other suspect apps. Last night when he was asleep I got on his phone again and he had Kik installed and there was one conversation. With a woman. It only went back about 5 days. Because he had reinstalled Kik since the week before. But it was pretty spicy in a few areas. Not too graphic, but he called her *XY and she implied in another about saving being wet for him. I had trouble going to bed but did fall asleep. I woke before him, which is unusual, and got up and dressed, etc. When he came downstairs he asked if I was okay and I said no. I straight up told him, I'm not proud of myself, but I got into your phone and saw the conversation you had with woman on Kick. He said yeah, she's the sister of a friend and had recently contacted him. I told him what I saw was pretty spicy and he said, with regret in his voice, yeah they flirted. He says he should have come to me but was ashamed and *SSED. He said it wasn't physical. And sort of implied that short conversation was it. I told him I didn't believe him, that he'd been on Kick for months. I think he repeated himself a few times and I repeated I didn't believe him. He asked me what I wanted to do so I told him to gather all his stuff, implying the stuff he leaves here, and to leave. He asked, does this mean you don't want to see me anymore? And I said yes. I couldn't really look at him in the face the whole time. So he left but he kissed my temple and said, with a cracking voice, that I knew where to find him. And that's it. I haven't been able to work today. I've just been really sad and anxious. I really thought he was finally my person. I feel immense loss. Thank you for reading. Update, thank you all for your great kindness. I can't afford the time to respond to everyone and today I really need to focus on work and moving past this so I might not respond anymore, since it just keeps me inside the pain part of it. A couple themes came up. 1. He has a history of this. Yes, probably. I don't know about anything else happening during our relationship but this evidence. But its timing suggests to me that when the chips are down he copes by using this as an escape. That's not excusable, but knowing him, I think it's likely true. I would never suggest this to him, were we to talk. 2. Reconciliation, that would totally be only possible if he would agree to counseling to discover and work on why he did this or has done it in the past. And, no more secretiveness. No matter what, it's not happening right now. I am vulnerable and hurting and I don't want to see him or talk to him, even though I miss him terribly. 3. Contact, most suggest no contact and I plan on that for the immediate. But while I expect he will leave me be I suspect I will hear from his sister and his old female friends at some point. I am not sure how to handle that, especially his sister. Not only had we become close but I'd been helping her with handling their mother's things. I can't say I won't ever give him a chance to talk about it. And I realize that gives him plenty of time to get his story straight, but I think I can spot *T-ting when I hear it. I won't be inclined to listen to anything that's an excuse. If he wants to come clean, etc., I will allow that. If I have the time this evening and the mental space I will come back to talk to you guys.